but this is an appropriate setting in which to use it, and we're so grateful to be honoring this year's International Women of Courage awardees. This has been going on since 2007, when one of my predecessors, Secretary Condoleezza Rice, instituted this award, and since then, recognized over 200 women for their work promoting peace and prosperity and human rights in communities and in countries across the world. And what we recognize here more than that is not just their work, but the fact that they do so oftentimes at extraordinary risk to themselves, to their families, to their loved ones. Not just important work, but work that took courage. And that's why we recognize 8 women with the International Women of Courage Award here today. I'd briefly like to honor a leader. You saw her a moment ago, Katrina Fotova. Did I say that right? Katrina, we call her Kat. There. And she's done a great job. Without you and your team putting this together, it would not have been possible. Thank you. I want to also personally thank the woman of courage who lives in my home, my wife Jeanette, who gets such a wonderful. And I say that relatively speaking because, courage is, there are challenges with 3 kids under 22 years of age or 23, as you know, especially a 17-year-old that's still in high school, and they have the world figured out. Anyway, thank you, because without her, I would not be able to do this. So we thank you very much and for being here today. At the State Department and under President Trump, we try to take every opportunity to defend and to promote women and girls across the world. During his first term, President Trump made women's economic opportunity an imperative. He established the Women's Global Development and Prosperity Initiative, which to date has reached over 12 million women worldwide. At home, during his first term, female unemployment reached the lowest level in 50 years. President Trump also signed the Women, Peace, and Security Act, a bill that I was very proud to have been a co-sponsor of when I was in the Senate. And it was the first comprehensive law passed in any country in the world, first law passed by any country anywhere in the world, focused on protecting women and promoting their participation in society. President Trump is also working now to fulfill his promise to end a brutal war that's going on in Europe as well as in the Middle East. Wars that aren't just costing the lives of soldiers and civilians, but where women in these wars, in these conflicts, as you will hear somewhat today, are kidnapped, and they're assaulted, they're displaced, they're killed, their families are in danger. And one of our honorees today knows that too well, because on 7th October of 2023, Amit Susana was abducted from her home by Hamas. And upon her release, she shared details of the sexual violence she endured as a hostage, which allowed medical professionals to document the atrocities that she suffered. And this was at a time when people were denying that these atrocities were being committed, and even blaming Israel for Hamas's brutality. Her bravery, her advocacy brings much needed attention to the scourge of sexual violence and conflicts all over the world. Even as I speak to you now, there is sexual violence going on somewhere in the world in these various conflicts. It is a scourge. There is so much more to be said about the accomplishments and the courage and the leadership of each of these great women. And let me reaffirm the importance of protecting women and girls and promoting their well-being are American goals. But they also happen to be a strong goal of our president, President Donald Trump. So to our honorees, congratulations and thank you for your work to create a safer and more secure and just world. In a moment, it'll be my distinct honor to welcome the First Lady of the United States to speak to you. She too is a woman of tremendous courage and a great accomplishment. She's an inspirational leader. Through her Be Best initiative and her work now advocating the Take It Down Act, she's protected women and girls online and promoted their health and well-being. So Madam First Lady, thank you so much for being with us today. I look forward to continuing to work with you to promote the well-being and prosperity of Americans. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome, it's a great honor to welcome the First Lady of the United States, Melania Trump.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Secretary Rubio. Throughout my life, I have harnessed the power of love as a source of strength during challenging times. Love has inspired me to embrace forgiveness, nurture empathy, and exhibit bravery in the face of unforeseen obstacles. Today, we celebrate courage, a strength that is based in love. This truth is illustrated through our honorees, who prove that love can inspire extraordinary valor, even in the face of vulnerability. Their remarkable stories, a testament to the power of love in practice for family, community, and our world. This is especially evident in places where their passion defies convention and when it has been shown at great personal risk of stigma, persecution, or harm. The courageous Georgiana Pescu, one of our award recipients, exemplifies love in action. Georgiana is a watchdog who defends the dignity of Romanians whose voices cannot be heard. She fearlessly enters facilities designated as care centers to rescue people with disabilities who are unwittingly held captive. In fact, Georgiana usually shows up unannounced and discovers the unimaginable. Helpless adults and children bound, sedated, starving, and in extreme cases dying. Thanks to Georgiana's brave work, dozens of offenders have been charged with human trafficking, exploitation, and even organized crime. We are honored to join an exceptional assembly of brave women who have shown their love and refuse to let fear or hardship define them. Their collective achievements and dedication move us all. Let us also take a moment to acknowledge those who persist in their struggles. For each of them, love serves as a powerful catalyst, instilling a profound sense of purpose in their endeavors. To the women who are driven to speak out for justice, even though their voices are trembling. To the women who are motivated to rise up for their community when others remain indifferent. To the women who feel compelled to heal wounds caused by hatred and cherish peace. The 2025 International Women of Courage Award recipients came from diverse backgrounds and regions. Yet, love transcends boundaries and territories. It is a universal language. Their courage propels us of humanity forward by advocating to end violence against women and girls, promoting democratic governance, defending human rights, championing education, and fighting injustice. Through their efforts, they instigate progress for all of humanity. These extraordinary women illuminate the transformative power of love in shaping our world. Their journeys remind us that true courage is born from a deep commitment to others, showing that love fuels the call for justice. Through their brave actions, they inspire us to embrace our own potential for change, teaching us that while courage drives us forward, it is love that lays the groundwork for lasting impact. Let their stories motivate us to take courageous steps, knowing that each act of love can spark a ripple of transformation. Thank you, and thank you for being here today.